Hi, and welcome.
I'm Z,
And I'm Keith.
and we're going to tell you about the movie that we just watched. But first, a little bit of a heads up.
Some of the movies we watch deal with heavy subject matters.
In order to talk about these emotionally delicate things and the heavy subject matters that we sometimes cover, we add humor and crude language to add some levity and to process our own trauma.
If that doesn't feel fun or safe for you, we completely understand. Please take care of yourself first and foremost.
And we spoil the end of pretty much every movie that we watch.
Now you know. On with the show. You can just go ahead and call me Ian the way I'm Fleming today.
That's good. That's good. Who's Ian Fleming?
He wrote the 007 books.
Okay.
On which the films are presumably based.
Ian also being
Oh, shit.
Eric Roberts' character in this film.
You may as well call me Ian the way I'm Bert in Doctor.
Okay. All right. Okay. How about no? So what did you think upon
Sensation.
rewatch?
Yeah, still ridiculous.
Yeah, I realized this morning. I was like, they don't have sex at all in the movie.
Right. Not
Which-
really.
Yeah, I mean, there's tons of sex scenes, but it's. I kind of appreciate it because I relate.
To not having sex?
No, to just like how she's just like daydreaming about having sex with him constantly to everyone else trying to have a conversation with her. And she's like, what? And that's yeah, I get that. I mean, not about Eric Roberts because that's horrifying, but.
That Chinese yoga, though.
Oh my God. The fucking, do you want ice? Blink. Sorry about my hands. What is happening? When he's.
And then she drinks it like this?
Yeah. What? And then, but when she's like fantasizing about, or like him like grabbing his crotch and being like,
Yeah.
what?
Well, here's, yeah. At first it reads to me like we're supposed to, my interpretation, I'll say, was that it reads as though he's doing like psychic warfare or
Okay.
he's psychically projecting that
Yeah.
onto her.
Yeah.
And then turns out, no, she's just sensitive to vibrations. And so.
There's one part though where he says, like, I can't remember. I think it's the bitch who he actually does fuck. She's like, is she the real thing or something? And he's like, well, she's really sensitive, and something about like prone to fantasy or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
She thinks the dead girl's been communicating with her, using her to identify the killer. You.
What?
Mm-hmm. She's psychotic?
No, hypersensitive, prone to fantasy, but her responses are reactionary. They don't indicate a split in the psyche.
So I'm like, oh, okay. Like, that part was I don't know. Like, I don't want to say like I related to it because that's not quite, but like, I identify with her character in that, like, it's very clear she's not really in touch with reality in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of things that she just is not.
Yeah.
Like, she's like not picking up on social cues ever. Like, she's just doing shit, and people are like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And she's like, "What? I thought everybody did this weird shit." And
What? I'm just making myself over to look like this lady I
Right.
see in my mind when I
Right.
put on her stockings. What are you talking about?
and her negligee.
And I'm moving into her dead
I-
self's apartment.
I do
downstairs from.
Yes, I do love the disparity in their apartments. I love that he has a 2-story apartment. And if you notice, the apartment doors are like so close together.
Yes.
I'm like, how?
In both
what?
of her buildings.
No, in his like his build,
No.
like right. I just mean like his, like it's like hotel size.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like,
yet
how
there-
does he have all
these
this room
huge-
and a second story? But then she's living downstairs and it's like barely above a studio apartment. And I'm like, I do understand that they'll be like penthouse suites and like,
Right.
you know, but that's not ever, he's just, oh, you're downstairs for me. It's not like, oh, you're living in the penthouse apartment. Plus there's like
Right.
16 doors in his hallway.
Also, is his apartment the entire upstairs?
Right.
The entire
Right.
second floor? Or
Right.
whatever?
Which then why are there all these other fucking doors outside?
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Because she like, that's what I'm saying. Like she knocks on his door.
Yeah,
and there's like,
I can only picture him coming downstairs.
I think when she like comes into his apartment, this one I did love this because it was I do find it interesting that there's a lot of sex in this movie, but only one actual sex scene.
Simulated sex.
But I think only one actual sex scene. There's some like flashbacks to things but like most of it is like she's just imagining sex.
Yeah.
For the majority of the movie. It's not him.
Right.
It's not other people. It's literally she's just imagining sex like the whole film.
Yeah.
Which I think is very funny and very accurate.
Yeah. No, that's a good point.
But like when she goes to his apartment.
Well, and the only sex in our reality,
Yeah.
presumably,
Yeah.
scene that we see is the Ian and
His
what's her name?
girlfriend. Yeah.
So that should tell you something. That should be a hint.
Which is interesting because there's not a power differential between the two of them.
Yeah, right.
But also, like, I don't think I understood this the first time.
Yeah.
I don't think I got it. They don't get together at all.
Right.
There's
right.
no, she literally, like, tries to fuck him and he's like, absolutely never gonna happen. And he, like, very much rejects her and she's just, like, so embarrassed by it.
Right.
But like he'll try to like sort of be like, yeah, it's, you know, it's not about you. It's, you know, I have shit, you know, it's not, you
Right.
know, I don't want you
I
to
don't
think.
care if this chick gets killed.
Right. It's not about you. And plus like she tries, oh my God. Okay. So the plot of the movie, it's so nonsensical. I absolutely, because it starts out and this girl is just like dreaming whatever about a ceiling fan, everything's green, and she's an artiste. Okay.
I'm so scared that the version I acquired
you were freaking the fuck out. You were like, oh my God, the whole movie's like this. And I'm like, literally it's the credits scene. Like nothing is happening other than like credits and like weird dream sequences. And he's like, the whole movie can't be like this. And I was like,
I'm just ready for bad things to happen right now, especially.
Oh my God, remember yesterday when I told you to go to the store and you were like, hey, by the way, the tire is melted?
Yes, I do remember that.
And I was like so confused, and I went down and we discovered that the tire isn't melted, though it did look like that. I will say it 100% looked like he drove through
looked like it was
acid.
disintegrating,
Right.
yeah.
It looked like you drove through acid and the tire was like being eaten. And I was like, what the fucking shit? But then I was like, what made me question it is I was like, there's air in the tire.
Right.
Like if the tire was literally melting, there wouldn't be air in the tire.
Well, my thinking was that it was.
Right, it had just started. But the way it was eating, I was like, there's no way. There's no way that it's going to be literally making it foam and not be flat. So I pull. I don't know exactly. I literally, like, Keith was like, oh, I must have run over, like, a patch.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the case, but even so, the car, like, only on one side of the car.
Yeah.
The back and front tire is like covered in like rubber, like liquid rubber, like liquid latex almost.
Right.
Because even like it didn't dry hard. It
Right.
drove.
There it is.
Like soft rubber. Like it's not like
Right.
it's not hard.
It's very sticky, very stretchy.
But yes, you can like literally stretch it. And I was like peeling it off the tire and I was like, but it's also all over the car.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fucking shit?
I love that I did that somehow and was completely unaware.
I mean, the only reason I only noticed it because you said it was on the front tire.
Yeah.
So I went out there to look at it and I bent down to like, and I looked over and I was like, wow, it's really weird. If I didn't know better, I don't know why I thought that. I would think that you ran over something and splashed it all over the car.
Right.
But I was like, I think that's just, weird residue on the car that's always there.
Oh.
And then I was like, wait a minute. That's what? That's not true.
What am I thinking?
And I saw it was like on like the side of the car, not just like
In the wheel well.
where the tire is. And I was like, wait. And I was like, oh, that's weird. And so I was like, did it melt the tire? Oh, like what the fuck?
Right.
So I touched it and I was like, it's fucking soft. Like it's fucking bouncy. I was like, what the fucking shit? And so I was like peeling at it and I was like, what? And then I started fucking with the tire more and that's when I realized it's just on the tire. It's not, the tire is fine. It's just this shit. But the way that it was only in one tiny section.
Yeah.
And this is why Keith thought it was like melting the tire. It like got like foamy almost.
Right.
And it was like, it was so weird. Like, it really didn't look like the rest of anything on the tire of the car.
Yeah.
And so you were like, well, I think it like, I was like, that doesn't make any sense because the tires would just, if it's so hot that it's melting the tires or something, like if it's on the tire melting the tire, it's not just going to like stop or like, know what I was just like very confused. And I honestly, when you said, I think the tires melted, I was like, I bet you someone fucked with our car.
Wow.
So that's why I wanted to go out there. Cause I was like, either it's going to be something that is intentional.
Right.
Or it's just like the tire is old and like something is like the tread is, I don't know. So I was like, let me just go out there. So I was imagining something like I was literally imagining like sabotage to the tire. And I was like, that's the only thing I can think that could have happened. So like, I was getting like really stressed out and I was like, okay, I'm just imagining that someone like cut part of our tire off or something, or like did something. So
Just took a graft.
Yeah, literally. That's what I was and I was like, I gotta. And so I went and I was like expecting it to be like flat. I mean, not necessarily fully flat, but at least partially flat. And I was like, this is weird. So that's a fucking weird thing. So like that happened, and then we started the movie. So it was, and I got stoned during the movie. So that was a lot of fun. That made the viewing experience. It's so funny because like the whole time I was like, I swear to God, I don't remember her having long hair. I was like, I just remember her having short hair and like wearing a beret or some shit.
God, that.
And then she fucking
really
cuts her hair, and it's very clear that she just has
Several
a fucking
wigs.
wig. And I'm
Horrible
like,
wigs.
yes, they're like never styled the same way, and also this is a thing with me. I can spot a wig, but one of the reasons why I hate wigs is because they'll just put a wig on someone and then someone will be like, what? And their hair just like is just like one mass on their head. Like they'll just turn their head and like the hair doesn't even bounce a little. Like there's
Right?
no movement. And it's just like, that's not like, what the fucking shit? Like,
Yeah.
why do you think that's gonna make people believe it's real hair? So I was very distracted, like, the first half of the movie, because I was like, I swear. And I was like, I don't know what it was, but, like, her hair, like, the way it was curled, I was like, I love this style. I was like, this is such a nice style. I was like, I don't remember liking her hair this much. I was like, and so I was, like, so caught up in, like, her hairdo, and I was like, oh, man, this is so nice. And then she cut it, and I was like, there we go. That's what I remember. This is it.
There's my girl.
That's what I was imagining. Immediately, I was like, fuck. Ruined a good thing.
How'd you feel about Tracy Atkins? Tracy
Needham.
She's
Yeah, like, it's so.
I see what I did there. Tracy Atkins.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but there's something. I think it's about, like, the way that she, like, her mouth. There's something about the way that she talks, and I don't know. Like, I was obsessed with her as a kid. If I had seen this movie as a kid, I would have thought this was the best movie I'd ever seen.
You would have turned you
probably.
gay.
I would have. It would have turned me. I would have been like, this movie. I would have been like, oh, this would definitely be a birthday month film.
If you know what I mean.
But yeah, I forgot to look.
The fashion hurts me.
That was something that I was like almost impressed by.
Yeah.
I don't think it's good. It's not good fashion, but I'm like, kudos, because they really.
It seems very of the time.
Yeah. I was like, I've never seen like a 90s like indie sort of movie try to look like they really did. There were like things that I was actually very impressed by with this being like a Skinamax movie. Uh-huh. Like her performance is not great. Okay.
No.
Not great. But they really fleshed out that character. Like, her wardrobe is like so specific. And they make a point, like, she's supposed to be an art student, and they really do dress her like they're trying to emphasize that she's an art student. It is very clear
and
that the
mentally
person,
unstable.
yes, it is very clear that the person playing her does not embody any of this. They did not, but they really did, like, have a whole fucking wardrobe. Like, this is how art students in college dress, and it is so, like, there's one where she's like, I can't, like, Mary Ann or whatever,
That's Tracy.
Yeah. Her character is pretty solid in how they dress her. She's just wearing like oversized like tops and like, you know, skirts but it's pretty standard. And I'm like, okay, she's like got like a wardrobe that they're sticking to.
Yep.
They're not changing it up. They're not trying to make her look different or like
Yep.
ugly her up or pretty her up depending on how.
Right.
They're not doing any of that.
Yeah.
But the same thing with, like, there's the night where they're out and
Yeah.
Ed Begley Jr. is just, you know, at the bar.
Yeah.
Cameo. She's like, oh, we have to leave.
Uh-huh.
And Tracy Needham, she's just wearing, like, you know, those fucking ugly ass 90s beanies. And like,
no, it's like a bucket hat. It was like a blossom ass.
she wears like a different hat every time we see her. So I don't necessarily, but
Because when they're out, I thought she'd wear like the bucket hat and
they both have a hat.
Lila wears one of those weird
berets.
Yeah, it's like beret tam o'shanter.
Yeah. So okay.
Hybrid.
But the hat's not the point.
I disagree with you.
My point is, Mary Ann, she's wearing her standard oversized top, long skirt. Fucking Lila or whatever.
Yep.
She's wearing a full gown. Like she's
Gown?
wearing she's wearing like, it's like down to her ankles. It's just like a prom dress. Uh-huh. Or something. it looks like vintagey, and she's wearing like.
Did she get it from
and she's wearing
Annie Potts?
And combat boots.
Yes.
And I was like,
Yes.
I was like, oh my God.
Yes.
Like, literally, this is like, this
Yeah.
This came out, what, 94? That's literally the outfit of Marla Singer
Who's that?
in Fight Club.
Oh, okay.
She literally wears a prom dress and like combat. Like, this was like a thing that people, like, and I was like,
Oh, yeah.
they were ahead of that. They were like, yeah, we know how the young people dress. And I was like so impressed with that. I was like, this is 100% the tacky ass shit that some college student would wear going out thinking that they're eating. And they're like, I'm boots the house down, baby. I'm, on fleek, whatever.
Oi.
And like, it's giving cunt, and
Oh, you're saying all my favorite things.
I'm trying to. And I was just like, wow. And then she's like, when she's like trying to have a conversation with the fucking, pussy lips, other professor, she has like so much collagen in there or whatever.
Parapsychology is not really my field.
They don't believe you.
What?
The police. They think you're lying to protect him.
You've been talking to the police?
Do you think that he could have killed Carrie?
Of course not.
Were you really with him that night?
Yes, I was with him.
And she's wearing like like a 1950s like sundress, sort of like, farm girl dress that you'd see, someone like,
Yes, but
I'm
it's
making
like
lemonade.
snaps down the front.
Yeah,
so
yeah, 100%. Those were like the
I
thing.
feel like it's the intended function of that garment, regardless of period.
Okay.
I mean, age
Yeah.
or original context, used to be like a coverall kind of thing.
Oh, I don't feel like that at all.
That's my stance. I just wanted to put that out there.
I feel like it's a casual 50s style dress. Just like a casual dress that you'd wear to school in the 1950s.
Okay.
Right? With fucking
1950s, give us a call.
Yeah. With a fucking like thermal ass,
Yeah.
shirt,
Top.
like long sleeve thermal shirt underneath it.
Yeah.
And probably pants.
That
too.
also tracks.
There was another time where she was wearing jeans. And I think maybe like a long sleeve shirt or maybe just a shirt. And then she had like a paisley print, like button up, like power suit dress kind of fucking thing on. And I was like,
Over jeans?
yes. I was like, what is that? At first I was like, okay, I think, maybe this is just a jacket. But then like she stood up and I was like, she's just wearing like a button up fucking dress. Like what? It's nonsensical. And I was like, that's when I was like, I had to start paying attention to what the fuck she's wearing. Because they're
Nice,
doing
yeah.
some shit here.
Yeah,
They're doing some intentional ass shit here that I feel like is getting overshadowed by her looks, Like, I was just I was very interested in the wardrobe. It was but
It's fair. That's fair.
with that being said, the plot of the movie.
Well, let me say real quick that I enjoyed Eric Roberts' fashion, although I hated one time they had him in.
Is it the hot yoga time?
No, I thought
Okay.
that looked good.
Okay.
Because he's ripped. I mean,
Well, that's true. That's
I mean,
true.
he's very.
ripped. He had them Kylo Ren pants on, though.
I love the high waist.
Yeah. I'm surprised. I thought you didn't.
Oh, really?
I thought you liked them
It depends.
low rise. Okay.
Low rise.
I don't know. I mean, if we're talking like ripped men, you want to see them cum gutters.
No.
I'm talking about you specifically.
Yeah, no.
No, you don't like seeing the cum gutters.
I'm not opposed to seeing cum gutters. Thank you for asking. I just don't need to.
I didn't say you need to. I said
Also-
you'd like to.
How am I going to see him if he's wearing a shirt? All right.
The shirt was soaking wet. It was a white shirt soaking
Okay, anyway, there's one time where she comes
Oh, yeah.
and finds him at work,
Yeah.
and he has a brilliant 90s necktie on. But it's this is so enraging to me. He has it loosened all the way, and it's clearly done intentionally. Like
Yes. Yes.
it was never
Yes.
cinched up close to the neck.
Yeah.
Whoever dressed him put it down there.
Yes.
And I think it even has a tie bar across it.
Yeah.
That made me want to hurt someone.
Yeah. You did say, I hate the way he's wearing that tie. And I was like, he's wearing a tie? Like, I didn't even.
Yeah. No, I always notice ties because
That's true. You
I'm
do
a
like a.
aficionado, as my former friend Brian Blaylock once mispronounced the word, so I will never forget it.
Tie?
Aficionado.
Oh, affectionate. Oh, okay. Aficionado. That's good. That's good.
He was like, "What? It's a word I've read more than I've ever said." So, and I'm like, "That's fair."
Yeah. So the plot of the movie is basically this art student with no autism whatsoever. Eric
But
Roberts.
turns out
Eric Roberts
a
says
history of historical diagnosis of schizophrenia.
yeah, I do love that. I kind of love that. Like when she's like, I was diagnosed schizophrenic or whatever. He's like, good for you.
You have a strong psychic sense. Do you hear voices?
All the time. Drives me crazy.
Ever see anyone about it?
Yeah. I was diagnosed as a schizophrenic.
Really? Good for you.
You go, girl.
Yeah. He said, do it, lady.
Oh, I want to say too before we moved off of fashion. Sorry,
I just want to get the plot out there.
I don't.
It's so important. Go ahead.
No, I just remember that a big innovation I learned from knowing Paloma early on
okay.
when she was still in high school. She would wear like vintage, at the time, just meaning old, like rayon polyester
Yeah.
70s
Yeah.
button downs,
Yeah.
and then wear a t-shirt over them,
Interesting. Okay.
and it really worked.
Yeah, I bet it did. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And that was a good look. That was a really good look at the time. And that was something that I was like, I wish I could do this. And I've tried. See, this is a thing I'm so envious of. I don't really know what happens, but like big loose sweaters don't look on me. They don't
Yeah.
look like big loose sweaters. They don't.
Yeah,
They don't
right.
look like that on me. And I'm like, what happened?
yeah.
People will wear it, and I'm like, whoa. I try it, and I'm like, what? It
Yeah.
does not. I mean,
Isn't
I
that
love.
weird?
Yeah, I'm like,
What is it?
What is happening? And this similarly, if I wear a shirt and I put if I wear a button up and I put something over it, I'm like, what? It does not. It does not. It looks like it. It looks like you're not supposed to combine those two things.
Yeah.
I've never been able to make it work ever, and I've tried it in so many different ways, and I'm
Yeah.
always like, what?
So frustrating.
And it's such a weird thing. And it's not like, people be like, well, you just have to it's not really like you have to get used to it. It'll literally be like the buttons are like bursting out.
Yeah,
like
right.
it's
Yeah.
just, I'm like, what?
No,
And it
yeah.
doesn't matter what size shirt I wear or
Yeah.
size. It doesn't matter. It's
No, I
just
totally
like,
know what you
it
mean.
does not look, I'm like, how do people do this?
Yeah.
I'm like, someone please explain it to me. But that was like something
It
that
helped that she
I've
had,
always tried. Oh, see, there we
some-
go. Yeah.
Some heft.
So Eric Roberts says, hey lady, and then he asks her,
She responds to an ad for
oh, okay, I didn't clock.
work
I didn't
study
clock that
job.
on business. I didn't clock that on business.
I'm going to clock you on business.
I didn't realize he was standing on business with her clocking in.
Oh my god. Well, I mean, that's how it's introduced to us, but then later it's implied that he sought her out.
He
Remember?
sought her.
because he's
Well-
a buddy of mine in Michigan State told me about you.
Well, yeah. So what I gather is he had a list of people because it's like a whole
Binders
file
of women.
candidates, and the only one we see is hers.
Yeah.
So, but there's at least like 5 other files in there. So my assumption is that he had a bunch of students that he wanted to work with, but he wanted to have them come to him. Like I think the implication,
Yep.
and this could be, is that they were supposed to be drawn to him, right?
Okay.
Like if he was,
if they were
yeah,
if they were the real
right.
deal.
He brought them to the school, but they had to find him.
Okay. Well,
I mean, I don't know if that's true, but like, that's what my assumption is because he
Heard.
put the ad out there. He wanted, because he couldn't seek them out. They had
Right.
for it to be an actual, like blind study or whatever
Yeah,
you
right.
want to call it. So that's my assumption. But
yeah.
she's like, he interviews her and like asks, he like shoots her with a ray or something, and her teeth hurt. And he's like,
she touches a theremin that gives off radar waves.
No, he flips it on, and
he
she
does?
goes, and her teeth hurt.
Her hand is on it.
No, he flips it on.
Oh, okay.
She says, "Oh, my teeth," and he flips it off, and she's like, "Oh," and he's like, "You hear He's like, "You hear things a lot," and she's like, he's like, "Some people are really sensitive to it," and she's like, "Yeah, well, I've been hearing shit all my life," and he's like, "This shit you've been hearing, we want you to hear more of it." So,
hear from you.
so he gives her a box.
Pokemon go to the polls.
What was the other one she did? Oh God. I can't remember. Oh. But I love making that joke. Anyway,
Yes.
he hands her a box and says, "Do it, lady." And she, this is one part that doesn't make sense to me. All these trinkets that she's supposed to finger fuck or whatever. He has them in like gift boxes with like crepe paper.
And oftentimes,
and then
they're
wrapped in burlap
brown,
or whatever.
Yeah. Khaki.
And then she opens them. There's frankincense and myrrh, like, fucking sprinkled all over it. And
Potpourri to block out incoming psychic.
But she always like opens it like it's a gift, and she's always like basically like cumming her britches because she's opening some gift from him, but it's literally it's possessions from this bitch he was fucking
girlfriend
that got murdered. And she's just
how well do you know your lovers? What?
I do like how she's like, why did the police question you about her murder? And he's like, because we were seeing each other, that's why. And he's like, turns out I didn't know her at all. And I was like, what is, and that never addressed. That part's never, I'm like, what is that?
But he felt responsible?
Yeah. What does that have to do with anything?
You really cared for her?
Yeah. I didn't know her at all. What does that fucking mean? You didn't know her at all. Okay. She's still dead. And you were still fucking her.
She was a teenage prostitute.
Her real name was Angel. Her real fake name was Angel.
Right.
Anyway, so
keep going. I gotta pee.
no. So she gets these psychic projections of like someone else's boobs. She just keeps seeing her boobs.
Oh yeah.
and
Well,
she's
first
like,
though, I guess we skipped over his introduction to her of the concept of psychometry.
Oh yeah, psychometry.
Where
Psychophrenia, psychometry.
Where these lasers are like a CD.
Yes, the lasers are like a CD. Nope, that's not.
He points these lasers at a Ming era vase, I think.
Yeah.
I just assume it's Ming because in popular culture, that's the only dynasty of China from ancient times.
Take a look at this.
It's beautiful.
Yes, Chang, and very rare. Okay, watch your eyes.
And she and we hear some mumblings
Yeah.
that he's like, I think we're actually hearing the conversations of the potters who made this.
Yeah.
And that's his demonstration of psychometry.
What I like about this is another thing that I love it. Look, I love it. So he gives her these items for her to like masturbate with, and then she like rubs her coochie juice all over him, and then a tape recorder is just magically somewhere because he's always playing these tapes of her like describing shit.
Yeah.
But he didn't give her a tape recorder.
He asks her if she has a tape recorder.
Oh, see, this is why you pay attention and why I just look at boobies.
Well, like, no disrespect. But if they had been different boobs, I would have.
There were several boobs in this movie.
There were several boobs. I thought Carrie or whatever, I enjoyed her seeing her boobs more than I enjoyed seeing Lila.
Yeah. I liked Lila's boobs. I know they were fake, but I didn't mind them.
They were so overtly implants that's really.
I just like how they moved on her, you know?
They don't move.
They just go like. They
Too
just.
big for her size and
I don't know.
too obvious, and they made her nipples.
They made her nipples. That's just. They didn't make her nipples. Those are just her nipples.
No, I meant the implants
Oh.
made her nipples turn into pebbles.
Oh.
It's hard.
She just has square nipples. She
It's
can't
fine.
help it.
And I can't help my reaction.
So.
And, I don't want to talk shit because
Yeah. Come see.
that would be sexist.
So.
I offer to buy you a drink and somehow I'm the asshole?
I know. Yeah, that part was actually really good because I was like, this does feel exactly like he's waiting for her. I was like, man, I would be.
Oh, yeah.
It was
They
so-
do a great job of how every man is a complete
Oh, yeah.
horrible piece of misogynistic shit.
Yeah.
Everybody was trying to fuck her.
Yeah. Except for the one person she wants to fuck.
Right.
Which is.
Well, but you think that he...
Yeah.
It's presented to us as though he's...
Trying to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Through a very insidious, gross way,
Yeah.
But the neighbor guy,
Yeah.
Denny, or whatever it is.
Yes. And then the landlord.
For our Trek fan that listens, Danny is played by Kiernan, somebody who's in the Okana
The fabulous Okona
episode.
of TNG.
Yeah. He's the guy that knocked up the woman that Okana gets blamed for. But even Perlman's detective character gets a little smarmy. I think he's trying to do a scared straight kind of thing.
When
But
he's like, he tells her like, I never caught the guy, but when he murders you, that's gonna be great because then I'll catch him. I'm like, whoa.
yeah,
He just gives her so much shit.
Yeah.
I kind of love it because he's just like,
yeah.
yeah, you're kind of dumb for moving into this apartment, huh? Yeah. And then she's
You're kind of just doing this, huh?
yeah, he's like, you're just stupid. Okay, well, when you die, I'll try to find the killer. I guess thanks for that. But also when she's like, I know what I'll do. I'll write in the journal and make him think. And he's like, hey, I don't think that's a good idea, and I'd love it if you wouldn't. And she's like, no, it's signed, sealed, delivered, done. We're doing it. And he's like, I don't even understand what you're talking about.
When
so
she's
I'm
at
just
her
gonna-"
most hysterical because her best friend has just been
Yeah.
murdered.
And also, I do love that scene. She dials it up to 11, still manages to give a 2. I'm like, solid. Love this girl. Love this girl.
Oh, no. No, Dr. Burton did not do this to her! He did not do this. He was using me to find Carrie's killer. Don't you see?
Like, no one told her that you have to actually act. You don't just shake like a child,
It feels like Tina Belcher trying to, scream. And she's like, no, I can't, but I can add gestures.
She's like, at one point, she's just doing this. And I was like, that's not acting. That you look like when I was a very small child and was convinced that if I shook my whole body while I tried to pinch someone, it would be harder.
It would be, yeah.
I was like, that's all you look like.
It's Mr. Furious. It's Ben Stiller's character in Mystery Men.
Yes, literally. She's like, I'm so upset right now. And I'm like, if you're telling us, it's like fucking Kevin Sorbo being like, disappointed. This is how I'm feeling right now, in case you couldn't tell, because you probably can't, because I'm a really great actress. So yeah, yeah, but basically it's just she keeps being like, this girl was murdered. And then she's like, tell me the truth about her. And Eric Roberts is like, yeah, that's defeating the purpose of you doing this. Because I do think his reasoning makes sense. Like I don't disagree with anything he says, because he's like, this is not supposed to be, I give you a bunch of information and then you focus on the wrong thing and bring me something that's not true. He's like, you're supposed to go in blind. You don't know who this person is.
Right.
You don't know anything about them. I don't want to ruin that by giving you information. And she'll be like, did you know this person? And he's like, no, we're not going to have this conversation. Like, that's like, he's like, I don't want you to have information about them. That's the whole
You lied to
point.
me.
Yeah. Right. And he's like,
He did not.
but I also like that he's like, I'm not saying that that's not something I'm capable of, but I would love to know.
Can you be a little more specific?
But I'd love to know what the fuck you're talking about. And I was like, this is such a good response to someone being like, hey, liar, you're a fucking liar who lies. Being like, okay, cool. What did I lie about though? Like, maybe, who knows? If you tell me what I lied about, maybe I'll tell you whether or not I did, because I have no idea. Yeah, she keeps trying to get him to give her information about this person because he's like, because she keeps trying to guess stuff or like find information out about the person. And he's like, don't do that.
Yeah.
That's literally defeating the purpose of what I'm trying to get you to do, because you're going to start imagining things instead of hearing things or like sensing things. And so, yeah, and then she just keeps fucking doing shit, and she keeps like, it's so weird.
She even goes and looks at some microfilm.
Right.
Or
microfiche. Microfiche.
It's hard to tell.
I don't know what the microfiche is, but I love saying the word.
It is fun to say. What it is, microfilm looks like film. It's a roll.
Okay.
And you spool it onto it. The machines look very similar. It's just the film, it has sprockets, so you load it and then you kind of crank it through to advance it. Fiche are just little sheets.
Okay, so the difference between like
there's
a
like
slide
a whole,
projector,
kinda, yeah. It's the same kind of material. It's still like film.
like I know what microfilm is because I've worked with film before in many different ways.
Okay.
But I don't know fiche. I don't know what fiche is.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
That's
French.
what I'm saying.
It's French for fish, I think. So no, I don't know what it means. But they're just little sheets, and it's like you'll have one whole newspaper page per or multiple.
Okay.
So they're very tiny, and that's why you have to put it in the machine, and it amplifies it.
Yeah,
and,
Well, I know
and
that.
obviously
I
a
know
light
that.
box, but
yes.
But it's funny because then you kind of move it around like this.
Oh.
It's just like it's just a tray with a piece of glass and lit from. But
Okay. So.
An efficient way to keep old periodicals.
Yeah, it's really cool. But yeah, she just starts looking. She starts looking up a bunch of information about this girl that she's like getting psychic, whatever psychopathy optometry freaky whatever from. And like when she tells him, like he asks her if she's on any medication and she's like, nope. And he's like, okay, cool. And then she gives him like the first tape and he's like, how was it? She was like, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
First tape?
Yeah, because she records all this stuff on.
Okay.
And
she gives him the first
tape.
Sorry, I heard it. He gives her, but that's not what you said.
That's not what I said. I was like, we literally had this conversation. She's like, he's like, has this been like a thing you could do your whole life or whatever? And she's like, yeah, like he's like, you know, how was it like, you know, growing up basically? And she's like, well, I was diagnosed with schizophrenia. And he was like, good for you. He's like, that must, and you know, it's.
But my point was, it's funny she didn't mention that
right,
when he,
I'm like,
intake interview.
But
when
then
he's asking her
but
about
then
her.
she's talking about how she had a brain scan or whatever, and I was like, is this how you were diagnosed with schizophrenia, or is this how you weren't? Because if you're diagnosed with schizophrenia, you'd be on medication. So you told him you weren't on medication, but then you're telling this story, and I don't know if you're saying how, like that they just assumed that you have it, or that they assumed you did have it because before you had the brain. I wasn't sure where the brain scan fit in because she
Also,
was like,
what's that mean?
yeah. She's like, this is
it
what
like
your
the
brain
movie
looks
brain
like
scan?
on porn.
Yeah, right, exactly. Draw a clock. Fiche just means form.
So,
guys, fellas,
yeah. So she just starts looking into everything herself, and she gets convinced that she's going to find the guy. She basically keeps being like,
it's not him. It's not him.
I find it interesting because it is sort of more about her obsession with the professor,
Yeah.
than it is about her actually wanting to find out who killed this person.
Right.
Because she's like, he didn't do it. Every time someone's like, aren't you worried? She's like, what about him? And I'm like, it's very clear that she's just like obsessed with him. And so like it's interesting in that way.
And then my favorite instance of that is when she goes to talk to Perlman the first time.
Yeah.
And she comes out and she's like, not guilty, case closed.
I know, yeah.
That's not at all what happened.
Right. And then he's like, she is a very crazy, unreliable narrator in a lot of ways, because like Perlman very clearly is like, you know, she's like, was the professor like, you know, because she's asked who, like, if they had any suspects, and he's like, not really officially. And she's like, oh, well, I thought you brought in like the professor. And he's like, yeah. And she's like, well, then why'd you let him go? And he's like, we didn't have enough evidence. And she's like, oh, okay. And she's like,
you're right. Not guilty.
Right. But later she's like, you told me you didn't have any evidence against him. And he's like, that's literally not what I said. Like, I very clearly said we didn't have enough evidence to convict him.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, this is really...
That poor girl didn't have 30 years of SUV to watch.
Exactly. She like very clearly is like, which is it's really
SVU?
Fascinating.
Did I say SUV? God.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out on the list.
That was me rewinding the digital file back to... That poor girl didn't have 30 years of SUV to watch.
No, that was just you fast forwarding through Joe Piscopo talking.
Oh my God, so painful.
When I was having like a mental breakdown and I was like crying, and like in the background is Data being like, a good. I was like, this isn't.
It's so offensive, too. He's just puts the teeth in his mouth.
And he's like, this is like Jerry Lewis. And I'm like, I don't think he was doing that in 1989 or whatever. Like,
Well, no. He was full telethon.
yeah. Like, I think you could stop referencing comedy that doesn't work anymore as a way to learn about comedy.
Well, and the thing I learned is, first of all, Jerry Lewis pretty famously didn't think women could be comedians or couldn't be funny.
Did Jerry Lewis also do Asian Face?
I think he did, yeah.
Okay.
I
Because
think
I
he had
know
a whole
Mickey,
character.
Mickey Rooney also.
Well, in that one movie. But I mean, like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, that's different than having an act.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know
think
that.
he had a whole character.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's what I was talking about, like, in a film, didn't he have, like, and you're like, and I was like, Mickey Rooney too, and you're like, in a movie.
Oh, yeah,
and
I
I was
don't know.
like, what was I doing? I thought that.
Don't quote me.
Okay.
But I can totally see him with the
Oh, yeah.
inserted buck teeth and,
Yeah.
and a
also, like,
ponytail.
I don't understand that
Yeah.
trope. That's a very confusing trope, too. That's one that
Yeah.
I'm like, I really don't. I don't know that I've ever.
I think it comes from I
like
picture it as a drawing first.
Yes, I've seen it. I know like lots
So
of
maybe
like
it's a-
cartoons have that like
Yeah.
sort of, but I just don't like. I don't know where it comes
Yeah,
from. Is what I
right.
mean. Not like where the trope originated, but like, or yes, but like, is this? Was this
Is
just
it based in any kind
right?
of reality?
Like, what are you talking about?
Right.
Like what? I don't understand. So that's something that's very confusing to me.
But I was going to say, also, Jerry Lewis' whole thing was seemingly biting a lot of vaudeville, and he's not Jewish, or wasn't
Yeah.
Jewish.
Yeah.
So, which,
Really?
yeah,
That's so funny.
right?
Because he even plays Munch's uncle.
That's right. Well, maybe I'm wrong. I'll double check.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Because
I
I
looked
think
into
I
this.
felt like they made that a thing, but I don't know.
It's like Whoopi Goldberg.
I do love his. I do. I do love his SVU episode because it's so. Because he goes crazy and he kills someone
Because he's off his meds?
because he's off his meds and he's trying to like, he's like hallucinating or something, and he gets on
Totally
his.
wrong.
Oh, yes. Okay. He.
Scratch that.
So
Who am I thinking of?
he like they put him on his meds and he's like, what the fuck did I do? Like that's crazy. And they were like, look, hey, you were like literally like in psychosis. Like you were not like here. Like
Oh,
so,
yeah. And then
he's like, okay, well, as a punishment of myself, I'm just gonna not take my meds until I fucking die. They're like, that's probably not helping anyone. And he's like, well, I'm still going to do it. That's
Yeah,
like
wild.
how it ends. I'm like, oh my God. Wait. Love it. So, remember when I made you watch all of Law & Order?
yeah. And all of the Closer and
Well,
Major Crimes.
Yeah. Yeah, I made you watch. So I made Keith watch The Closer just because there is an episode of Bob Burger where Luis is trying to. It's the episode with Boys for Now concert.
The first
And
one,
she's
right?
trying, the very first episode, and she's trying to get backstage, and she's like, I'm Brenda Lee Johnson. There's been a murder backstage, and I would laugh at that, and Keith didn't know what it was referencing.
Yeah.
So we watched The Closer so that I just wanted you to watch enough episodes that it would like,
Yeah.
you would like get where what the joke was, and then we watched the whole thing, and then we watched all of Major Crimes. So ridiculous. Remember how it ends with Mary McDonald just having like a fucking heart attack like 2 episodes before the finale or something,
No, I forgot that.
and she just like dies, and I think it's gonna be a reveal that she was like pretending to be dead
Oh.
to like get the bad guy to like come out of hiding or something, and
Nope.
she was just dead. They'd killed her off, and I'm like, what the fucking shit. And they also have like an episode where they play like a Deftones song, and I'm like, this is 20. It's like 20 years too late. I'm like, no, this is not badass. This is embarrassing. Don't play a Deftones song in Major Crime. It was so, and it was supposed to be like like supposed to be like hard hitting. And I'm like, no. Deftones is like one of my favorite bands. If you played Deftones in like a fucking very clearly slow motion fucking scene, I'm gonna think.
Is that when there's the shooting in the precinct?
No. No, and
I love every show has to do one of those too.
Shooting in the precinct, and there's always like, oh my god, I love it. And there's always like someone gets shot, and it like someone in the precinct, and it's not in the same episode of the precinct shooting.
Okay.
There's a shooting in the precinct, and then there's another episode where someone gets shot, and you don't know whether they're going to make it.
Oh, yeah,
every
yeah,
single
every
single time. And then there's another episode where one of the characters, one of the cops, one of their siblings or cousin or
family member
kid gets shot and they die. And then, although I will say
that's why they got to stay being a cop.
I will say on the closer they do a great job of, I can't remember his name. The dude that he's in Deep Space Nine.
Yeah. Raymond Cruz is the actor.
Yeah, Raymond Cruz. His character, his brother gets shot, and everyone's so devastated for him because he's like worked so hard to get his brother in like I don't know
out of the gang and
well,
stuff.
Well, just like he worked really hard to make sure that his brother was like taken care of, and it was like it's this whole thing, and so they're all there and they're like, how are you doing? He's like, and truly, it does devastate me because he's like, I think his brother's like dead, like by the time they get there or something. Maybe I'm wrong about that. And he's like, I'm so grateful that you guys could come out. Like, it means so much. And he's just like, can I get you anything? Do you guys need anything? And they're literally at the hospital. Like, they're like, no, it's fine. He's like, it means so much to all of us that you came out. And he's like, just like being like, you want me to get you a coffee? And I was like, oh fuck, stop. I was like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
And it's really devastating. So brings us back to Sensation. And I just want to say it's
Oh.
Would you recommend?
No.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, sure, if you want to waste your time. No, it's a ridiculous film.
Yeah.
So if you're in the mood for that.
Yeah, I would highly recommend this. If you get a little stoned or a little tipsy, go in expecting the worst movie you've ever seen, and you're going to be so thrilled. Like if you want to watch if you like watching bad movies and that's like a thing, and you're like, this is going to be fun. This has it all. I will say that when the killer was revealed, we were like, what? Because we had
30 seconds from the end, you're like, I actually don't remember who it is, and I was like, me either. But that's not weird for me. I just never remember.
Yeah, because I was like, I think in the lobby I said I didn't remember. All I remembered was that Marianne gets killed. That's all I remembered. But I was like, I don't remember if it's actually connected.
Right.
I don't remember like any of it.
Yeah.
That was like basically it. And I knew that there was some weird thing with Eric Roberts, like being gross.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize it was a hallucination of him. He literally comes out and he's just like, he grabs his crotch and he's just like thrusting.
I'm gonna have to use that for the teaser.
So, yes. Oh my god, it's so gross. That he's like, and it's like playing like animal safari sounds in the background,
man.
And he's wearing body paint, which again, don't do that.
Well, specifically he's got.
But it's on his
painted.
chest and his arms.
Okay, I didn't notice that.
What?
Is it also like a black light? Is that what they're doing?
No, it's like green
blue.
or blue or something.
Okay.
It's so.
I feel like early on, at least, all her intense sexual visions of him, when it's just him, is all blue.
Yeah.
And the scenes of Carrie or whatever her name is
are like red.
Very red. Yeah. But it's not the lighting; it's the sheets are all red, and she's wearing that
hers.
red
Yeah.
dragon. Fucking. Oh man.
But what was I saying about?
Sorry.
Oh, I was saying something
about him humping. the air.
Oh yeah, I remembered that I was like grossed out by something that he
yeah.
did, but I couldn't remember what it was. I remember like being like embarrassed, like ooh.
Yeah, yeah.
But I didn't remember any of. I was like, I don't remember even like, because I was like, I know that girl dies in it, but I was like, is that the only murder that happened? I legitimately like could not remember anything.
Yeah. It's been
And
5
then
years
we started,
at least.
right? We started watching it, and I was like, I'm sure I'm gonna remember. And it was like, I was like, I don't even know. Like, so kudos to that. Like, I was like, I kind of guessed, but it was like not. It was not. I was like, I guessed everybody in my head. I was like, could be him, could be
Right,
her,
right.
could be him, could be them, could be them, could be the girl that's getting the visions.
Could be the
it
cop.
Could be, yeah. I'm like literally, and then I was like, wait, is it the? I legitimately was like, I have no idea. So when it was revealed, we both went, what?
And then how the killer is dispatched is pretty brutal too.
I was like, oh right. This also it reminded me of the Crying Game. Remember how
No.
Jay Davis, like, fucking, what's her name? I can't remember. Miranda Richardson
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something
yeah.
comes in, and Jay Davis just, like, shoots her and shoots her and shoots her and shoots, just, like, a bunch of, like, just, and you're like, whoa. And then,
don't.
yeah. And you're like, oh my God, she's dead is kind of, it reminded me of that a little bit. That sort of, like, I'm shooting you out of self-defense. And then, and it's like, right, it's like, kill shot, and then they're like, and you're like, what? Wow, that's a lot for your first time killing someone, maybe.
Do you know Krav Maga?
Right.
Because the whole thing with Krav Maga is to escalate as quickly as possible.
To escalate?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To S?
But the